So I told you before, I'm trying to come up with a way so that the business can get expanded, that people will tell other people, they'll share, hopefully they like the coffee, and they'll share with their friends, and it'll be worthwhile for everybody. So one of the things I've been working on is sort of a reward system, sort of based on points. And the thing with I've seen a lot of different ones. And what I want to do, if we do this reward system type thing, is that the more, back to the simple, it's based on points. So if you buy, I haven't quite figured it out, so don't hold me to this, but you get like a point for every dollar you spent. And if you, get to a certain point, you'll have those many points, and you can do whatever you want with them. You could get another free coffee, redeem them. You could eventually we'll have merchandise cups and stuff like that, and shirts, and you could use it for that. You could use it as a gift to send to somebody else, but there'll be no limits on it, because I don't like those kind of things where you can't. You've gathered a whole bunch of points, and you can only use them on this or then or here or when. So it'll be I'm trying to make it as straightforward as humanly possible. So like, you get every dollar you spend, you get a point. It takes so many points to get a free bag of coffee. Or if you don't want the coffee, you want something else, you can redeem them on the something else. So hopefully with that type of a system, people will tell their friends about it, and they'll like the coffee, and it'll keep spreading out. That'll be one of the ways. The other way that we're going to do is we're going to have a subscription service. So when you sign up for the subscription service, you'll automatically, you'll pick whether you want automatic delivery every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever it is. And that way we'll know sort of ahead of time what we're going to need for coffees. It'll help us out. And on the consumer end, they'll get automatically $1 off a bag, but they'll still get the same amount of points, even though it's costs them $1 less. So there's benefits in there the whole way. I mean, there's a lot of these little pieces and parts that I'm trying to figure out, and that's one of the things we're doing now, is trying to figure out all these pieces and parts. Another one is the getting people to try it. So that one, I think we've got figured out. I mean, I wish I could, but I can't say, okay, you sign up and just send me a note and I'll send you a 2-ounce sample. You figure that could get really expensive. So I can't do that. So what I'm thinking of doing is offering a sampling, like you pick 3 different coffees and it's X amount, so you can try each of those. And then we'll send those to you. And I'm thinking probably more I had been thinking, 2-ounce, and then I said that's not enough to give it a real test. So I was thinking more in the 4-ounce. That way you'd have enough to have a few cups of coffee, see how you like it, and then you'd have 3 different ones that you could try. And if you like it, hopefully, then you'd either buy 1 or more of those, sign up for the subscription, start getting points, that kind of thing. There's all these little bits and pieces that I'm trying to figure out now, so that when we do get up and running, because where we're moving to in Vermont, I have no delusion that we're going to make a living off of that local economy. We may make some money, but I don't think there's enough there to be able to do that. So it's got to be expanded out, and that's why when you expand out, you're going to need other people to help be, and I've looked at different other options of having people be ambassadors for your coffee. It gets kind of complicated with those schemes, because if so-and-so's promoting your coffee, if you were to just ship it all to them and they did it, then there's business licenses and taxes in whatever state they're in. And then how do you know, the reward system. So it gets really complicated. I mean, I'd like to get something like that going, but at this point in time, I have so many things to concentrate on, like building the house, all the pieces and parts that are going into that, the coffee suppliers, packaging, you know, and Sid and I are going to get some packaging, because we're not absolutely set on the packaging of the craft paper. We're looking at some colored bags and using labels, so the logo could have labels. I actually have a lady who's done logo work for me before, working up the logos now, so that there's 2 different varieties. And I've used her before. She does great work. She did the logo for the Eleuthera Bahamas sites. And so I've got all these little things that are going on. What kind of bags that you're going to use, a stand-up bag, a stand-up pouch, and then all the costs that have to go into that. So there's a lot going on, but I'm trying to figure out a way. And I think the reward system with the, you know, spend $1, get a point, so many points you get free coffee, or you can use the points anywhere. That to me right now shows the strongest promise. So I mean, you can let me know what you think of that. This isn't a totally original idea. I've seen other companies in other, not necessarily in coffee, but in other products and stuff that are doing this. So I think it has potential, because there's a give back component for your continued patronage, and actually there's like a double give back, because if you sign up for the subscription, for that you get $1 a bag off, and you also get points, and those points are based on the full retail price as opposed to the $1 off price. So there's 2 incentives that hopefully will get people to say, hey, you got to try this coffee. 1, it's great, and 2, you get this deal on it. So that's some of the thinking I do. Sid says pretty soon I'll probably just give up sleeping altogether. I was up at 1:30 last night. Got that big 3 hours in. Lots to think about.
There's 3 big ones right there.
Okay, this is classic. You see the sign here? No littering. Littering is an offense punishable by law. So how is the stealing of the wood? See? Somebody's taken the boards. And obviously, remember we were talking the other day about how important reading is? Obviously they didn't see that. Punishable by law, trash, da da da. I don't know.